Welcome to SolidWorks Explorer, Rename and Move. Now, this is a snippet to explain some functionality that's found in SolidWorks Explorer which enables you to rename and move files. Now, this is a problem that a lot of our customers have on occasion. They have an assembly, looks very nice. For some reason, a file gets renamed. Then the assembly is opened. And when it comes through, you get an error message because SolidWorks can't find the file anymore because it is looking for the old name. When the file opens up, you can then see that my cover lugs are suppressed, and I get the tooltip, the file for this component could not be located. Now, we can fix this problem when it occurs, but what we want to have a look at is a way to avoid the problem in the first place. I'm just going to rename this file back to what it used to be called. So, what we want to do is rename that file in a way that doesn't break the assembly. If we come into SolidWorks Explorer, here's the same assembly in the same folder. What I can do is I can right click on cover lugs and I get the option to rename. Now, this option in SolidWorks Explorer then does some searching where it goes off to find where all of the files are used. I'm going to hit stop because in this case it's going to continue searching my desktop, but we've already found the file where it is actually being used. And what we can do once it's finished searching is change the name of the file here. So I'm going to change this to just plain lugs. And we can see we're going to rename our file. We're going to rename it and update the references in this assembly here. And if we hit OK. So what it's doing is it's not only changing the name of the file, but it's also updating the references for Worm Gearbox. So if I now try to open that, the assembly opens up, and as you can see, we haven't had the error message first of all, but also cover lugs have changed to lugs. So we have safely opened the file with the new reference without a problem. We can close that down. What I will now want to do is show you a very similar operation, but this time we're going to be looking at moving a file. So I'm going to take my poor old lugs again and I'm going to cut them, and I'm just going to dump them straight onto my desktop. Again, if I come back and attempt to open my file, we get the problem, lugs can't be found, do I want to find it myself? Again, I'm going to click no, and we get the familiar suppressed icons over here. So first of all, I need to get my file back. And then again we will go into SolidWorks Explorer, and what I can do is I can now hit move, right click move again. Again, it searches for all the references where this file is used, and what it's going to do is it's going to say where do we actually want to put it. I can either choose to browse to a location, or in this case, because I'm just going to take it up one folder, I can just choose to rewrite it in here, and then I'm going to hit OK. We've lost our lugs from there. Open the assembly, and the assembly opens correctly. It's still opening lugs, and if I come up and file, find references, we can see that lugs is now listed as being on the desktop. So we've managed to move the file without causing ourselves any problems. A third use within SolidWorks Explorer for this style of functionality is that actually I can right click on a file, and I've not only got the option to move it or rename it, I've also got the option to replace it. So this is where, for example, if you sent a file to a supplier, they send you one back and you want to swap the two over, you can use replace to do this from outside SolidWorks. The last thing I want to show you is all of this functionality is available directly in your standard Windows Explorer by right clicking, and then underneath SolidWorks we have rename, move and replace. Thank you very much for watching.